I'm Michael. I'm the co-founder of HR Simplified. HR Simplified is an online HR solution that's been in development for about 3 years. It's a South African product. Works really well in the South African market. We've got about 1,000 companies that uses us currently, with about 30,000 employees. The management team consists out of seasoned data professionals that created their careers in the telecoms and the banking sector. So with HR Simplified, we speak to a lot of businesses, and one thing that we've realized is no matter the size or the maturity of the company, we always find that the problem is a strong foundation in HR data and HR policies. Companies that lack HR data that's being stored in a correct way have problems with reporting and making decisions on employees, and that always affects the employee happiness as well. So simple things like employee files, time off, attendance, salary changes, those type of things need to be catered for correctly and stored correctly. So HR Simplified is an online HR solution. It means you can access it from anywhere. It helps you manage your HR by allowing you to upload all that data that I was just talking about. And make sure that you always have it at your fingertips. So you can really make informed decisions about your staff by using HR Simplified. And all of that for less than it costs to drink a cup of coffee in Toronto. We also have additional packages that we've bolted on top of the HRI solution, which is a time and attendance system, an asset management system, as well as a COVID-19 register to help you bring your staff back to the office when the pandemic is over. So there are quite a few competitors in the market that also offer HR solutions. What we find is that most of them are very specific in their features and what areas they are good in. What we've attempted to do with HR Simplified is that because we're building on the data of an employee and their HR data, we tend to address all the areas quite well, because they all are come out of the actual data for the employee, and because of that we can manage it extremely well. We try and keep it simple, so we stick with the HR Simplified approach. It's a single subscription. There's 2 ways to sign up. Either you can go online and register your company and start loading your employees. If you're a small company, you could be active and running by the end of today. If you're a larger company, you're welcome to contact our online sales team, which can then arrange with you to have the company created and set up, and we can help large companies by loading the data for them. We're looking at the Toronto or the Canadian market. There's about 34 million active employees in Canada. If we're looking at a 5% market share, we should be looking at about 1.2 million happy employees that we can host on the HR Simplified solution in the next couple of years. Welcome to the HR Simplified dashboard. This is a very simple to use dashboard that is used by the employee to manage all their employee self-service activities. Things like approving the pending leave and claims, as well as checking in, checking out, apply for leave, claim overtimes, change their passwords, look at their weather information in the area they are finding themselves, and see a bit more information about their HR records. This goes hand in hand with the HR admin section, which allows you to see all the different users and edit them one by one. If I go to edit, you will see that we can see personal information, contact information, employee information, job information, as well as remuneration and leave cycle information for a single specific user. There's also banking details. There's next of kin or emergency contacts, HR notes, which is very important for managing your staff, contract information, different documents that can be uploaded per employee, skills management, company admin allows for the details around the company, the structure of the company, so branches and departments, so geographical areas and different departments in those areas are possible to load and then assign employees to that. The reports are available to run to the admin users. These reports include things like leave management, leave liability, retrenchment liability, etc. The settings feature allows you to share the documents that are in the folders for the employees with the employees on a company-wide section. Then we have leave management, which is the manager's view to see all leave that's been booked for a specific period. You also can see leave pending approval. So these are leave that has been submitted but not approved yet. And then we have leave reversals as well. Finance management is the same, but it's for overtime and expenses, and allows employees to submit overtime claims and expense claims, and the managers will then approve the overtime here. This is a simple demo of the time and attendance option inside Data Simplified. It gives each of the users the ability to check in, check out electronically like you would with the biometrics, but online you are allowed to add events separately afterwards and indicate if they are billable or not. Once a checkout is done, a task can be updated and it can be indicated if it's billable or not. As you create tasks, you can go back and look at those tasks and also edit them. As the tasks are saved, they are kept as items in a timesheet, and you can decide if you want to take those items and submit that to your manager for approval, which will then go onto your approved timesheets. You can also see a view of your team's time. You can also see all the timesheet approvals. If you're a manager, this will be your interface to approve items. You can approve them individually, or you can approve them all as a single run. You can also see active employees, which will allow you to see who is currently in the office and who is currently out of the office. On the home screen, it also allows you to check in and check out once that package is activated. HR Simplified COVID section. As you can see, the employee screen allows the receptionist or a manager to capture the information per employee. Each of these lines is an employee. Capture their temperature, if they are in the office today or working from home, their face mask, if they have safety clothes on, what workstation details they are using, and if they have any respiratory information. This will be saved as a single form for everybody. Also allows the user to enter visitors into the system by creating a new visitor. And then once the visit has been created, create a visit for that user. Selecting who they're coming to see in the company, what the visit date was, the temperature, and if they were wearing a face mask. There's a simple COVID document section allowing you to upload additional documents that is related to COVID. Could be a COVID policy maybe, as well as a basic reporting system, including temperature alert reports in case somebody has had a high fever. As part of the COVID package, you also get questions. These questions can be loaded by a user to the system. The question will be entered. A date will be decided when the questions will start, and 3 answers. This will allow the user to start submitting those questions to all employees that log into the system on a daily basis. To give you an idea of what that looks like, these are the questions. Have you been in contact with the employee who tested positive? No, I have not. Do you have any flu symptoms? No, I don't. I'm feeling well today. Once they have been answered, it is possible to go back and look at the responses from the user. Asset management. As you can see, there's a dashboard that shows you information about the different assets, the breakdowns, the asset values. You can see all your assets in the asset registry. You can create a new asset, which allows asset numbers, asset names, parent assets with the employees that actually owns the asset or has the asset with them. We also calculate things like depreciation value over time. And we also offer custom fields that can be used by the user. Unallocated assets simply indicates assets that are not currently allocated to somebody, so they are seen as in stock. Allocated assets means an asset that is given to a employee, and you can see who they are allocated to. We can also do expiring assets, which could be something like a cell phone contract or a licensing agreement. And there's also single click reports that can be run for users that need to have information available immediately.